Feedback is vital to any successful product. Product teams should always strive to understand and incorporate the voice of the customer in everything they build. But this is especially important for product-led organizations where everything the company does revolves around the customer. By creating a customer and product feedback strategy, your team will have a standard process to follow to gather and manage feedback from customers, ensuring customers have a voice as you evolve your product. While we know customer feedback is a goldmine of insight for product teams, for many, the thought of opening the floodgates and inviting yet another stakeholder group to weigh in on the product can be a little bit overwhelming. It may even feel like an unnecessary nuisance in the development process. But the truth is, customer feedback is absolutely critical in building great products and product experiences. In fact, listening to customers, investing in scalable feedback processes, and closing the loop with stakeholders are all cornerstones of the best product-led organizations. And if you aren't implementing customer feedback into your roadmap, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to engage users and uncover valuable insights to make your product truly sing. When you're a small startup, you likely have the benefit of knowing every one of your customers and talking to them directly about their experiences with your product. But as companies scale, it becomes increasingly difficult to stay close to your customers. It also becomes harder to put yourself in the customer's shoes as their use cases expand, roles change, and their needs evolve. The bottom line, you can't be every customer. So instead of basing product decisions on gut feel, it's important to take a data-informed approach and ask customers for their feedback. This valuable qualitative insight is a powerful source of product inspiration on its own. When paired with quantitative user analytics, qualitative feedback can really help you get a full picture of the product experience, so you know where to focus your energy. Now, let's cover how you can bring feedback into future and current projects. A proactive way to start taking a more feedback-informed road mapping approach is to bring the customer's voice into future projects. Hearing your customers' feedback and learning from their experiences with your current offerings is a great way to plan for what comes next. And for those who might be worried about over-indexing on what your customers have to say, remember that their feedback should inform your strategy, not drive it. When you're planning for future projects, thinking about your future customers is a great place to start. Requests and feedback from prospects are a great way to benchmark your product and understand how it stacks up to competitors. And if you're losing deals, hearing from prospects who have chosen to go elsewhere could give you insight into the feature gaps that matter the most and where you have opportunities to grow in the future. When it comes time for your next round of product roadmap planning, think about how you're collecting and using customer and prospect feedback. When it comes to feedback, every voice matters, but it's important to focus on the voices that speak to your product or company goals. And be mindful of timing. Give yourself enough time to process the right data so you can best use it to inform your research and development. You can also incorporate customer feedback into projects that are already in flight. The great thing about feedback is that it's never too late to ask for it. For most software product teams, releases are iterative, and improving the product never truly stops. Customer feedback can help validate or pivot projects that are currently in flight and add context to how users are currently engaging with features so you can understand the why behind user behavior. A common misconception about leveraging customer feedback in current projects is that you should only involve the people who originally submitted the requests. But sometimes input from users without a vested interest in a particular project or initiative can be equally as valuable. Their feedback provides a fresh perspective on your work, and when paired with product usage data, gives you an objective understanding of how well a feature actually functions in the hands of first-time users. As you evaluate your current initiatives, consider where you're incorporating customer feedback.